I have so many experiences when growing a place at home with numerous clients. I could speak for hours on the experiences that I've had. A few of them most certainly stand out more than others. One of our first clients, we'll call her Katie. Katie was feisty. She was smart as a tack. She was in her late 90s and had been an accountant her whole life, but she didn't ever falter on making sure that we knew how she was training our caregivers, right? She even would joke about us paying her to teach someone how to cook, right? Or the proper way to clean her apartment. We'd call her up and she would just joke and laugh with us, and she always kind of had that back and forth. But what I won't forget though is times when I would either go just to sit down and talk with her, maybe play some cards, but we allowed her at a place at home to age in place and ultimately pass in her home where she wanted to be. And I was there when she was on hospice by her bedside and she was not able to communicate, but taking her hand and telling her that everything is going to be okay. And you know, the place at home family at that time was the closest family that she had. And although she couldn't physically speak, I knew that she understood that it was okay to go, and she passed that night. I mean, it's very humbling, right, to see people and to know that what you're doing is helping them. You know, most of our clients are extremely vulnerable, and we need, you know, heroes in a place at home owners that are going to go out there and make sure that they're getting the best possible care. And we're doing everything that we can to bring on great caregivers that are going to make sure that they're taking care of these vulnerable individuals and not taking advantage of them. We had a caregiver who came to their interview full on makeup, crazy colored hair, tattoos all over the place, and just comes into the room and just blows you away like, oh my goodness, what is happening here? The second that she opened her mouth though, caring just poured out of her. And that was an eye-opening experience for me, to not necessarily judge a caregiver by the cover, not necessarily to judge a book by the cover, because that caregiver went on to be with us until the moment she moved out of town. She was one of our best. It didn't matter what client that she went with, she could handle them. The most feisty clients that we had that would just churn through caregivers, she would take it head on. She was also extremely compassionate, and there's really hardly anyone else that I would rather be by my side, you know, in those later days of life. That is a fantastic caregiver and caregiver experience that we had.